Hi everybody, how are you? How have you been? Welcome back to another episode of Mix It Up. I'm really grateful for the support this far, and yeah, let's continue doing this. So kindly share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys want to hear me talk about more. It's really been a good journey this far, and I'm so grateful for everything. So today I want us to talk about healing. Yes, the healing journey. And in this particular instance, I want to talk about my own personal healing journey and what that has been like and what that is like. Because honestly, healing is a journey. It's not a destination. I know it's cliche, but trust me, it is. Healing is a journey. It's a up a hill, down the valley kind of thing, but trust me, it's worth every single phase that you go through. So one of I have been on this healing journey personally, for me, intentionally, since 2019. That is when I actually realized that I really want to be better. I really want to do better for myself, to be a better person, to be a better human, to be the best version of myself I best possibly can in this lifetime. You know, this year, my first read for this year has been A Good Life, Good Vibes by Vex King. And one thing that he says in that book, he says very many amazing things, by the way. I hope you all can be able to go and read it and just get a lot of insights from that book. But one thing he says is that the longest relationship you're going to have in this lifetime is with yourself. So that for me was very profound. Like in this lifetime, you will have relationships with many people, your parents, with friends, with your siblings, with co-workers, with different people. But all of this, the root stems from you know what I mean? Like it comes, like all these relationships are virtue from who you are. So if you really don't have a great relationship with yourself, then how will that look when you try to be around other people and make relationships with them? You know what I mean? So yeah, I just remember sitting down. This was in my last year of uni back in 2019, and just deciding that I really want just to do better, just to be a better person, just to be a better human. And I intentionally started to unlearn some things. I intentionally started to, like get away from belief systems and things that were installed in me way before I was able to put two and two together, and it's in my subconscious. Like the things that we hear from birth to the age of 7. Those are very fundamental things, and they are able to shape us in very many ways in our adult life. So I really went deep into reading and understanding what the things were that were told to me, that were said to me, that I perhaps overheard, that society possibly just made them seem okay or not okay, like intentionally knowing this might have been said to be right or might have been said to be wrong, but for me, how I feel at this particular moment is that either this is right or it is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm like coming here to give you guys like a list of things that are good or things that are not good. No, I'm not doing that, because morality is very subjective. Everybody views morals and beliefs very differently. So what might be wrong to me might be right to you, and the vice versa. You get? So I personally decided that I am going to be led by what is fundamentally, for me, feels this is wrong or this is right. That is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to tie myself into what society feels or into what I was told is or isn't right. You know what I mean? Yes. So it's been a lot. So first things first was to be able to identify the things that I struggle with, and I was able to do that earlier on because I knew what those things were. Like I literally had to write everything down and work on each thing separately. And some just happened. It just happens that once you work on a particular thing, it just coincidentally makes the other thing a lot better, and you understand, a lot easier why you are how you are or why you are the way you are. So and during this time is when I invented for myself, that is for the first time in my life, something called social media breaks. I had never done this before, and I was like being someone in their early heading into their mid-20s. I was obsessed with social media, like literally obsessed with social media. I know most of you can relate at the moment or can relate to a time when you are in a certain phase of your life and this happened. So I intentionally told myself I want to get off social media for this particular moment, for this particular period. Trust me, it wasn't easy. It was not easy at all. Like, I remember the first time, I just kept on thinking, what do I do? Like, what do I do now that I'm not here? What do I do now that I'm not, And there's always the fear of missing out. There's always that fear. But I say it's totally okay to take a break and just come back to yourself. Imagine the world will be there when you come back. All these things that you think, quote unquote, is missing out, this formal thing, there's nothing you're missing out on. Absolutely nothing. Trust me. The world can wait while you go and get back to yourself. The world can wait, and it will wait because you are such a precious person in this universe, and nothing should make you feel anything less. So yeah, of course, as the years have gone by, it has gotten easier and easier, and because of now life changes and all, it's kind of difficult now to do longer breaks or breaks from all the apps at the same time because of like this stuff you need to do, like for work or for for businesses. So it's been a bit tricky, but I am still very intentional on that journey, and I take breaks from individual apps from time to time. And trust you me, when I come back, I am so rejuvenated. Like I feel like my mind has has been cleaned up, like decluttered. Like I just feel like now I'm ready to consume stuff. Now I'm ready to get things going on. I'm not saying, don't quote me wrongly. I'm not saying that social media is entirely a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. Social media is great. I mean, it's this platform that I'm using to relay this podcast of mine out there. I'm just saying everything in this life has to be done with balance. If you don't balance things out, the universe is going to do it for you. So please just try and balance things out. Just have a balance for both worlds, for the social media and for yourself now outside. Who are you outside of that? You get, find things to do that don't really have to involve you using your phone. If you love nature, go for walks. If you love to swim, go and swim. If you love company, engage and call friends or two and just hang out with them, play a game night, do something. Just every single month, just try to do something intentionally that takes you away from these gadgets. It's very crazy that at this time, like we are, because of social media and the internet and how things have evolved with technology, we are the most connected generation ever. But the rate at which people trigger warning, commit suicide, and just feel so alone and are battling so many mental issues is so high compared to the past 50, 60 years where people literally used to write letters to one another that would take weeks to get there, and even sometimes never even got to the person that were intended, and response was never gotten back. Like we are so when it comes to the tech world, we are so connected, but in reality we are really not, because I myself, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm still working on that. That's why I'm saying it's a journey. Sometimes it's so easy to get distracted and be in a group of friends, you're like, okay, let's meet, let's hang out, and then when you meet the whole time, like you're on your phones, like kuna two individuals wako kwa simu, just something. I just really want to aspire to a time where we can just say like we are going for an entire weekend and we don't use our phones, not unless it's for emergencies or for work. I'm looking forward to that time. I'm not saying that people don't do that. It's really great that they do. I just really want that intentionality and deliberateness that comes with that. It's really, really something else. So, well, yeah, back to the healing journey. This journey has brought me to realization of